then yes.
So they were just asking, are these the ones that were found by the dumpster?
Yes. We have sound?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi everyone. These are, I'm standing right in front of my legs. These are the little kittens that were found in a box. The box was taped shut, and it was left beside a dumpster. A really nice man who was working in the area went to put something in the dumpster, heard some noise coming from the box, investigated. He opened up the box, and unfortunately a couple of the kittens jumped out and he couldn't catch them. So there are still a couple of kittens that are in that area. I know that some of Shelley's Operation Jungle Moms have been out in the area. I think Shelley's been out there. Our staff have been out there a couple of times, and so far nobody's seen anything. So hopefully somebody found them and took them home. But what we got was 7 kittens, and they're clearly from 2 different litters. I don't know if you can see the size difference, but these guys are the older kittens, and you can see the little black fluffy ones are the younger ones, and they're just eensy-weensy by comparison, about half the size.
Oh gosh.
So they're eating, but I would say they're probably about 5 weeks, hey?
Yeah.
Probably 5 and 8 weeks, something like that. The bigger kittens are almost big enough to be spayed and neutered. Actually just neutered, because there's no girls, right?
Yeah. No.
There's 2 girls, 2 of the little ones are girls, and one is a boy, right? Rio's the boy?
Yeah, so Rio's the one who has the shaved back that
Correct, okay. So this one is, there, maybe I can show you. That one's Rio.
So this is Rio. It's kind of hard to see. We can tell we shaved his little back right there.
Because they look really similar.
And then shaved neck, I think, was Victoria. Yeah. And this one's Victoria. Oh gosh. She has the back of her neck is shaved.
Which sort of adds to their scruffiness, but it does make it possible to tell them apart.
And then there's Aurora. Are you gonna say hi? Hi. And she has a little shaved belly.
And then
this one is Reef. This is one of the older ones. The black one is Reef.
He has short hair. Well, yeah.
Yeah, compared to
yeah. And then I always get Canyon and Kano mixed up.
So this is Canyon. Kano has the shaved, like a little tiny shaved patch on his arm.
Okay. That guy has longer hair.
So this is Canyon. Hi.
Kano is very shy. He's actually hiding under the cages. He's a little bit more anxious than the other guys. Oh, maybe. I don't think he's going to come out for us right now. So basically, and then there was another little black and white one that we named. These guys named them after the 7 wonders of the world, which I thought was awesome. Maybe Linnea can tell us the inspiration for each of the names. The Great Barrier Reef, I'm assuming, is the reef.
And then the Grand Canyon
is Canyon.
And then the little one that died, that was Everest, so Mount Everest. Kano, there's like a volcano. So,
famous volcano.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rio de Janeiro is one. She looked it up and I'm like, really?
Okay. And then Victoria and
Aurora Borealis. I don't know what Victoria is. Spencer explained it to me yesterday.
Okay. So we'll have to check in with Spencer and see
Here,
what the meaning behind each of the names is. So unfortunately, little Everest, the little black and white one, was in the box. She was pretty much unconscious when she came into the shelter. And it was, I don't know, right before closing. So Spencer, one of our staff members, took them home for the night so that she could nurse the little one through the night. And she tube fed her and did all the good stuff through the night. Took her to the vet the next morning, Dr. Ferguson, of course, and she just had not really even. She was awake, but she was not responsive, and not eating, not drinking. Dr. F wasn't sure if she had brain damage from something, or whether she was just so gravely ill. But her prognosis was very, very poor, and we thought the most humane thing to do would be to let her go in peace. So that was really sad. But you can see the rest of these guys are just little peanuts. They're super, super sweet. And I mean, they were clearly owned by someone. They're definitely not feral. Kano is on the shy side, but the rest of them are pretty outgoing and really enjoy hanging out with us. I don't know if you can see them, you can't see them. They're all, let's see, who do I have? Shaved neck is Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have little Victoria in my lap. She's quite happy to hang out with me. The rest of them are monkeying around with the tunnel, but it's just out of the camera view.
They can kind of see her. They did it.
So they're having a lovely, lovely time over there. They're so cute. They're so cute. They have gotten a lot of publicity. This story has gotten a lot of publicity. I think it's been shown up in the Vancouver Sun and Province, which are big newspapers here. Our local paper, had the story first in the advance. Online global TV picked it up. A couple of radio stations have talked about the story. And I think what's kind of sad and kind of interesting is that for us, this is not a news story. This happens to us all the time. Sort of, what you say, not exactly the same story, but very similar stories where kittens are found, dumped somewhere or in dumpsters sometimes.
Yeah, I think it was like maybe 2 years ago that there was same thing, a box of kittens by a dumpster or in a dumpster.
Florida's kittens, I think, were in a dumpster.
Yeah.
We have had, 2 kittens last year, Bugs and, Bugs was found beside,
Bugs.
Save on Foods.
Yeah.
In the cart return, and he was severely underweight and dehydrated. Someone clearly had just left him there. I think in hopes that someone would find him, but how many people must have walked by him? And of course, the lovely Kika was going shopping at Save on Foods, and of course she saw him, and of course she would leave him there. But he surely would have perished. It wouldn't have been much longer. He was so thin and already so dehydrated. And I'm trying to think of what his, what the other kid's name was. I don't know why it's escaping me. The little tabby, also found as a single. Remember? And they were together. And maybe foster both of them.
Oh, Bugs and Petrie.
Petrie, yeah.
Petrie was the black one.
Sorry, Petrie was the black one, and Bugs was the tabby. And Petrie was found somewhere, same sort of thing, in rough shape, underweight, dehydrated. He was actually in the worst condition. He was in much worse condition than Bugs was.
And then they're just asking how's their health now.
Good, really good. I think that they're eating a lot. The little ones are really underweight. They're very thin. I'm not sure why there's such a difference in the weight, because the other ones are actually in pretty good condition. They're good weight. They certainly are eating and drinking and playing and having a lovely time. The little ones, I don't know if they didn't have a mom, and so they've been struggling to learn to eat. And maybe we're not getting enough because the other ones are so much bigger than them and pushing them out of the way of wherever their food source was. Hard to say, but they're doing fine. They're eating and drinking. You can see they're a little scruffy, probably from falling in the food dish too many times. And other than being underweight, they're doing great, and they're certainly eating enough to compensate for it.
They just asked about Roman.
Oh, Linnea and I are going to share Roman. I picked him up last night. I think you guys probably know that Callie had decided, as sweet as she is, that she's had enough raising kittens, and she would rather romp around and have fun instead. And so I went last night and picked him up from Shelley's house, and bless Shelley for at home. And so I had him last night. He's a great little eater. He had a good night. We haven't weighed him yet today, so we'll have to do that and just see how much weight he's gained. He's a good eater, so I suspect he will have gained some weight. Linnea has offered to take him home, so I think that I'll be the backup and give Linnea breaks when she needs it. Linnea is, for the record, our most acest kitten raiser. Linnea probably takes like 3 times the number of bottle feeders that the rest of us take. She is pretty amazing. So thank you. Did you know the sweetest little thing? I don't think I got. Shaved back is real.
Yes. Yeah.
Little boy. I should have guessed that you're the little boy because you're extra grubby. Oh, how did your tummy get wet?
They do suckle on each other. And they just have a bath, but I thought they were pretty dry.
Yeah, I see them trying to nurse off the bigger ones all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good. Like they suck on their tummies.
That's oh, and so Kano is out. This is, I don't know if you guys can see him. I'll see if I can catch him. Little grubby footprints. Hey. There he is. Oh, goodness. Everybody's using the litter box all at once. So this is Kano. And he doesn't have quite as long hair around his face as Canyon does. He's a little bit darker too, I think. He's a little more brown, don't you think? He's a little more gray. Mm-hmm. Different markings,
Yeah, his face is brown.
Yeah. He's really cool. Yeah, so cute. So that's kind of the update on these guys. We were planning to send them into foster care, and we may still do that, the little tiny ones. The big guys, oh my gosh, he's so relaxed. You guys should see him. He's
He likes to eat.
He likes to be upside down.
Oh gosh.
Oh, that's so cute. This cat.
He's adorable.
Oh my god. He reminds me of the jungle kittens.
Maybe that last thing.
I believe. Sorry, I got all distracted by how cute he is with this one. We're definitely going to hang on to the big ones, and we may still send the little guys into foster care. We are running pretty low on foster homes, but we have a couple of new foster homes, and it might be sort of ideal once we know they're really eating well and stuff. It might be kind of ideal for them to have older kittens for their first litter. This guy is just so sweet.
So this guy is Canyon. Hi. You're so cute. You're so cute.
He's so relaxed.
Oh gosh.
So we'll try to keep you up to date. What's the matter, baby? Come over here. What's the matter, baby? So yeah, we'll try to keep you up to date on a regular basis. It is officially kitten season here, so we are smoking busy. We have 45 kittens or something like that in foster care. And then we have these 6 here. I have 3 in my office. We have 2 in isolation. That's 4 in prison. We do.
From Murray, the eyeball.
Murray, yeah. He came in. We really should try to do a little walking tour.
Mm-hmm.
He's a really cute orange kitten that came in and probably had herpes virus and had probably a bad infection in his eye from the virus and never got treated. And so the third eyelid has tried to sort of repair itself, or the eyeball has tried to repair itself, and the third eyelid has actually come over and adhered across his eyes, so he can't actually see. So he's gone in for surgery today to try and remove, Dr. F's going to try and remove the third eyelid, if possible, from the eyeball. But more than likely, he's just going to have his eye removed, which will, I think it would look a lot, it's pretty awful looking, that eye, and you can't see out of it, so we might as well just, if we can't fix it, take it out. So he's going to be available for adoption, and do we have any, we have 4 kittens at Smart, at our satellite adoption center. And
one of yours are adoptable.
One of mine is adoptable. And do we have any kittens in the pet cottage?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Oh, okay, so Dr. Ferguson is online one, so I have to go. But thanks for watching, and like I said, we'll keep you up to date. Bye, guys.